I'm Jill Moray, and you are still gorgeous. Welcome to You're Still Gorgeous Over 40. I'm Jill Moray. Today we're going to talk about the tools of the trade. What do I mean by that? Well, what kind of brushes you need to apply all this fantastic makeup. Now, plenty of people apply their makeup with their fingers. Now, besides the fact that you have to make sure your hands are clean, which you should do anyway, when you do it with your fingers, you don't always get the same pressure. You don't always get the same amount that's on and how it's brought out. So this is why I suggest using tools. Now, like when you're cooking, right? When you have a better knife, it's easier, it's sharper, good knives, good pans, good cutting boards, good brushes. So I'm just going to show you some of my favorites and what I suggest everybody have. All right? So we're going to start off with putting on your foundation. There are two types of brushes you can choose from, and I have both, and I will show you. One is just a flat brush, and it goes on, you put on your foundation, and you just paint. You know, every time, any job I ever had that wasn't in show business, I would always take the time to get up early enough so that I could just put on music, take out my mirror, take out my products, and really just paint. So this should be enjoyable. I don't want anything about this whole makeup application to be stressful. This is the fun part. This is the girly part. This is the stuff we love. But as I said before, I don't take more than 10 minutes to put on my makeup, and you really don't have to either. It's going to take some time to get it down, but just don't stress about it. Really, don't stress. So we have this flat brush. The one I really prefer, although I use both, is not this one, this one. This one is by It Cosmetics, and I have to tell you something. This is the best foundation brush I have ever found. And I'll tell you something else. I'm looking around as if anyone can hear me. This is like $48. I found it on Groupon for $19. But it's like that episode of The Twilight Zone where the mannequins come to life and then she goes to the store and there's no 19th floor or whatever it was. I never saw it on Groupon again, but you never know. Why do I love this brush? Well, you put the foundation on and then it just goes right into your skin. And it's so soft and it's round and so what you can do, and what I do when I'm in a major hurry, is I slap it on. That's a lovely, elegant word, isn't it? Slap. I slap it on with this, and then I dab with this. And I go around, and I love this. And why I love this brush too is this end, concealer, highlighting, whatever, and they clean beautifully, and we'll talk about cleaning your brushes. I know who likes to do it. I'm going to tell you how to do it where it's fun, and it's really something you have to do. Let me tell you something. I know it's time to clean my iPhone when I start breaking out a little bit over here because the bacteria builds up, and you just take cotton and you take a little alcohol and you wipe down the front of your iPhone. Every night, just have an old washcloth and take some spray cleaner. This is just from Sephora, very inexpensive. Spray that, wipe them down, and you're good to go. All right, foundation. We have these two. Next, we have eyeshadow. We all have our favorite eyeshadow brushes. I have this one. This is by It. Again, I just seem to really like the brushes that It has. I like a lot of their products too. But what I love about this brush, it's dual purpose, liner and shadow. It's stiffer, meaning that, well, here's a nice brush. I think this is from It also, or Tarte? Anyway, it's softer. So it goes on, and this is like I'm putting on eyeshadow. I mean business. And that's why I love this. And you just go, you can rub it around, you could do the crease, you could do everything. I love this brush. And then the other side could be either for your brows, which will be a whole show in and of itself, or a liner here, or whatever it is you want to use it for. You know, remember, this is your face. This is your time to play. Play! Have fun. Like at night, you know what? You know how I come up with new makeup looks? I will tell you. At night, before I take off my makeup, I take out my palettes and I look at, all right, they put these different colors in with the blush. Let's see how they blend together. Let's see how they go. There's a reason that they put all these colors in one palette. So I play. And then I come out and I show my husband and he goes, great, because what do they know? But I see it. And then I think about all the different ways. So don't stop playing. We should always be playing, always be closing. Okay, our other shadow brushes, I suggest get a few. One of these is for crease, don't listen to that. Use them the way you want to use them. It's like, I'm a big knitter. And someone taught me when I was starting to knit, you don't like the colors that they have in the pattern, change the colors. And I actually once took a child's pattern that I loved, and I just got thicker yarn and a thicker needle, and I made an adult sweater. It's our time to do what we want, the way we want to do it. So get a few different brushes. They're inexpensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money with this, but have a few because you don't want to have to always clean in between each thing, and you don't want the red going on the blue, going on the hands. Just get a few. So we have that. Then you want to have a little spoolie thing for our eyebrows. And usually the other side is a very thin liner, and that will be for brows too. And I'm going to show you how to draw something. It's not going to take long because what is my motto? What is my motto? You don't need a lot of time to still look gorgeous. I'll keep that. Okay, powder. There are a few different ways you can go with powder. Now, I remember years ago, Tarte had this kabuki brush. I don't think they sell it anymore. I haven't seen it, but it holds a lot of powder. So a lot of people don't like that. But I like it because I travel with this, and it really just kind of airbrushes everything. It's not my go-to brush, but I'm glad I have it. So I'm not saying go out and get it. What I'm saying is if you have it, keep it. So what I use for powder now is this fan brush. Why? Because it gives a light dusting. And then we're going to come to something that it took me a long time to buy, and that is a beauty blender. What is a beauty blender? A beauty blender is this piece of sponge shaped like a teardrop that is ridiculously expensive, like $15 or $20. And I said, I am just not paying that for a sponge. Get a beauty blender. It's worth every penny, and I'll tell you why. Here's what you do. You wet it, you squeeze it out, and then you bounce it all around each layer. Like after your foundation, bounce this. After your powder, bounce this. After your concealer or whatever, bounce it, and I'll tell you what it does. On top of your skin, there are like micro amounts of makeup you don't need, and that is where you start looking older. That's where your skin looks a little drier. That's where you don't know why, but that's the reason why. And this little piece of genius will just take it off. And what's great is when you're done, you rest it on its little cup that it comes in, and then it will shrink and drop right into the cup. It'll put itself away. Now, if I could teach my husband socks how to do that, everyone will be happy. So that's a beauty blender. What did I leave out? A blush brush. It's a regular rounded brush. Any brand will do. I used to have a really big one. It's like from a cartoon. Now I just use this to sing in or do my comedy. Hi, what brings you guys to my blog? But I'll tell you why I don't use this anymore. Because I have my favorite blush is in a palette with other eyeshadows. And I'm quick, as I said, when I'm doing my application. And I just went, and I had black and gray and silver and everything all over my face. So I don't really use this anymore. But if you just have a one blush thing and you want to do that, I also like it to be more pointed, like here on the apple of your chin and down. Oh, I just saw a picture an old roommate sent me from the 80s that had, remember you had the blush, it almost looked like you took 3 fingers and you went, rah. What we used to do is do that with the blush, and now it's on the apple of the cheek. You make a check mark down and up, down and up. And there are your brushes. Now we're going to go into something that you don't have to have, but I'm going to suggest it. When people hear contour, I think they think of those beautiful 20-year-olds who spend a lot of time putting highlighter and this and fill it. We're not going to do that, but we're going to do a little bit of contouring. There were so many great reviews about this brush. Who makes this? This is Tarte. One side is a sponge, one side is a brush. And I use this, I just contour a little bit in here and a little bit on my nose sometimes because it kind of, I don't know, it's not perfectly straight, but usually I don't care. But anyway, usually just for this. Some people use the sponge for concealer. I just use a thinner brush for that. So this is if you want to, but the major things are you need foundation, you need eyeshadow, you need blush brush, you need, what did I say? Get a beauty blender. I mean, just do it. Do it once. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Just do it once, and you're going to be really glad that you have that. A lot of people use lip brushes. I'm not one of them. Unless I bought once on the plane these lipsticks that came in a little box thing, all in a square, and it came with a little lip brush, and I use a little lip brush. And so that's when I use a lip brush. But usually these things, especially the lip paints, are made with brushes that are curved and they go on beautifully, and then the lipstick goes on, and it's so nice and retro to sit there with your lipstick. I enjoy that. So, tools of the trade. Go get yourself some brushes. Think of this as a fun investment in yourself. It does not have to cost you a lot of money. It does not have to. Here and there, you may want to splurge if you want. See what else is out there, but I'm telling you, this is all you need. And next time I see you, we're gonna start the funness, the journey of putting on your makeup in a way where you look as good as you can look and you feel wonderful. And then we're gonna go from there because you are still gorgeous. If you like this episode, there are gonna be lots more to come. So like and subscribe and tell all your friends.